All right, CADJPA number 10 on CADJPA. All right, so this is was Friday, following this with the Elite Community New York Conference, Mariana, and ended up taking a trade in here, added position in here, got stopped out here, re-added position here, and immediately got stopped out with what I found to be a Trump tweet. Thank you, President Trump. But no, every decision I make is mine, nobody else's. With that said, so the story, what made me enter here was we had this seller coming in pretty darn strong. We had the buyers coming in pretty darn weak. This was another seller trying here. He got a 50% discount, tried. And then what is this? Is this the buyer that came in weak here at even a worse price, came in strong? So that's kind of like the logic doesn't make sense. So this is a nice price for the seller to push it down. So we have sellers back. Can't do anything. And then here comes some buyers, and volume is starting to increase in these areas, and then this is the opens of New York, so volume is going to definitely pick up there. So as this broke above this seller that couldn't go, as we broke above this seller, I saw this area where it was support resistance testing back. Mariana was talking about two scenarios, which was a test back of this and a launch, and a spike scenario, possibly spiking these guys. So what I decided was it is testing back on a 5-minute time frame. Drop down a time frame, which I love to do. Got to stop doing that so much for sure. Learning that more and more. But it did test back at this support resistance, so I took a buy in here, half size, and said, you know what? Okay, I'll do half size. If it launches, that's fine. If it comes back for the spike and doesn't come deep and does not spike me out, or even if it does spike me out and it starts to roll over, I could get back in. So what I did is notice that it was rolling over and aggression was coming back in on this. So as this candle was coming in, I went ahead and hit the buys again. I added position. So I went kind of messed up a little bit. So I went half size on this and went full size on this. So now I'm in for a full and a half size. So that's more than I normally trade in a trade. So it'd be technically 3%. So my half sizes are 1, my full sizes are 2%. It's just kind of what I do until I figure out something otherwise. This went up, blasted. I mean, pretty dang fast. Blasted, pulled back. Wasn't too worried about this. Blasted again, and this just kept crashing. And I just kept waiting for it to go back. And after watching the New York conference room for Monday, as I'm doing this post analysis Monday night, realizing some things that Mariana was saying, like this is kind of illogical. This nice quick move, what is this? And then we recover quickly. This one is kind of similar, but after that we don't make any higher highs. Like if we are breaking this, we need to be making higher highs and keep pushing. That makes perfect sense. But this is real structured. Looks like the buyers attempted. The buyers attempted here. They attempted here. They attempted here. They attempted here. They attempted. I got spiked out. Well, I didn't get spiked out. I just got stopped out. Full loss. 3% loss. And as this was coming back, I was noticing that there is news to come. So I was watching. There's news to come. This was not. I didn't know that this was coming, but there was news to come. I believe at 1300, which gives about an hour before New York. No, not an hour, but gives a little bit of time before New York closes. So I was watching this on a lower time frame than this, even lower, and I saw that it was spiking down on a lower time frame with some volume increase on a ultra low time frame, which I've got to stay off of. Got to. if I'm going to make this, I got to stay off those crazy 15-second time frames. Just insane. I don't know where I learned that, but I have, and I got to get out of it. So I saw this volume increasing real fast, and I just had my setup, smashed the buy, and it immediately took me out. So altogether, and that was a full size, so 5% loss. So that kind of sucks. Friday, basically lost all my gains for the week. So that's not sustainable. So with that said, I'm going to close this out, and some things to work on for this week coming up, which I'm now in. Didn't get to trade Monday, work issues and full-time job stuff. So I'm back at it Monday night in the Asia session doing my post-analysis. But I got to stay off the lower time frame, 15-second time frame. It's insane. Just stop, right? It's not anything Naveen's taught. So like, what? Am I smarter? Know what I'm doing? No. So I need to just focus on what I've been taught, and that's it. Stop going to these crazy things. So that is the main thing, number one. Number two is to understand, once we get a blast, like this needs to go. This needs to go pretty quickly. If it's coming back and doing that structured digestion, that's a big sign to get out, right? So that's something I've noticed. Like I said, buyers tried here, they tried here, they tried here. There's multiple places I could have got out. Really, I was thinking about getting out after this guy came back, couldn't make a higher high and crashed down. It looked like this kind of structure break. And I said, at that point I was like, man, this is not going. Like, why hold on? But I guess I had this another spike scenario involved. Like, why would this come back? This has got to go. It just has to. So I didn't have an exit plan. I didn't have an exit plan. And then I traded ultra low time frame. So this, I believe, was good. Even adding this size, probably shouldn't have went in a full. Could have went in another half to make it a whole size, 2% instead of 3%. I think I just had over confidence in this, and that's what also led me to hold this. Overconfidence in this trade, maybe because the hype was, we were building it up so much in the elite, which is awesome, and I've read it so much, and I've focused on it and reread it, and everything says buy. Well, so all right. So good lessons learned. I'm going to cut it out here, and we'll hit it again this week. Here we go.